Neve leads a meticulously crafted life with Mary and Sebastian. Her two children, she loves them to the end, as well as her rich husband Ian. It's a very well crafted, privileged life. She's the headmistress at their school. Says, kids, I want you to do well. As for Ian, what does he do for work? We really don't fucking know. But they help out the less fortunate. And then two strangers, they come along. Neve is very scared of them because they'll disrupt her privileged life. She knows exactly who they are. It's proof you can't leave who you are. You can't leave your past behind because these strays will threaten your life. The Strays is a Netflix original written and directed by Nathaniel Martello White, who's done shorts as well as Silent Night. No, not the 80s slasher. Not even Silent Night Part 2. No, Garbage Day here, though we do get some crazy overacting at some points. Not even the 2012 version of Silent Night. This is completely different, but it's called Silent Night. Some drama. Anyway, this is called The Strays. It's set in the very, very rich part of Britain, somewhere, don't exactly know, and focuses on a character named Neve. It's Neve, not Nev Campbell, because they say things proper over across the pond. But nevertheless, she has an idealistic, rich, well-crafted, meticulous lifestyle where she has galas and gets donations to help out the less fortunate. And she does great things, and she has Sebastian and Mary and a husband named Ian, and everything's good. They go to a private school. She's a headmistress. Everything's good, and everything's going fine until two strangers show up and threaten to disrupt that life because she knows who they are, they know who she is, and then we get some flashbacks and we get some more story and everything, and racism, classism, and trying to fit in, and society that normally wouldn't want you because of your skin tone. That idea and that mindset should have never been a thing. You should be able to be judged basically on who you are, not because of your skin tone. And it's unfortunate that still fucking happens. It's fucking ridiculous. And that's a good idea to explore. And I look forward to seeing a movie that explores that in a good way, as opposed to The Strays that seems to be crafted by people to sustain several major head injuries, from the cameraman to the people that put it together, to the funders, to the cast, to pretty much everybody that did this, because this is one of the laziest films I have seen in a while, and while I understand what they were trying to do, it was badly executed. Actually, it seemed like it should have been executed, in front of a firing squad, the movie, not the cast, just the movie idea, and they should have burned it to the ground and come up with something else, because this is really, really bad. Now, maybe this adds up more and means more to people that have experienced this stuff in Britain and all over, but at first, it sort of reminded me of His House, where that movie dealt with racism and stuff like that and everything, and people coming from nothing and trying to make a better life of their own. But that was actually somewhat decent. This couldn't make up its mind if it was a social drama, a horror movie, or home invasion. It just ended up being, it ended up being not good. Let me just say that right now. The acting either goes from cocaine-induced madness where everybody's overacting and ready to chew through brick walls of scenery, or it's like they took Ambien and every bit of downers and liquefied them into a bag of morphine along with other stuff, and then mainlined it, and everybody then got on camera without the IV and was like, hey, that's cool, we'll just do that, or we'll not act like a human at any point in the goddamn runtime of this whole movie. This movie was abysmal. This movie was really, really bad. Very, very bad. And even though I understand what it was trying to say, the way it did, it was so messy, so tonally inept. It's so lacking in anything that anybody could root for. Basically, there's a part of Neve's past that will come back to bite her in the ass. And that's pretty much all I can say without getting into spoilers. Even though if you see the very beginning of the movie, you know exactly where it's going. And that's fine. You can have a movie that tips its hand as long as you have good acting and everything. And no, you just basically give your actors no, good pieces of like scenery or anything to sink their teeth into. Everything seems so smoothed out and cliched to the point I just don't understand how this got a wide release. I mean, I've seen worse than this, but this felt like a one-act play that was done in one take. It's like, it's like, we're going to just do one take. Should we do a second take? No, everybody's just acting perfectly fine. Why would you think we need to do a second take? the movie just ends up not being good. It's not good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if anybody if you enjoyed this, fine, that's cool. Maybe I just didn't get it, but I've given a lot of chances to a lot of movies, and I wanted to give this a chance because the idea seemed kind of like it was there, and from the moment it hit the ground running, it shared both themers and was dragging itself for the rest of the goddamn runtime. This is 97 minutes and felt like at least 2.5 hours. I just don't. I was laughing my ass off at most of this because I'm like, nobody would act like this. This is ridiculous. This is badly done. This is taking a good idea and basically throwing the toilet and shitting on it. So yeah. That's really all I gotta say right there. Cinematography is sort of okay, but everybody acts like an idiot. And that's pretty much it. It's on Netflix if you want to check it out. I'm going to get into spoilers here really quick, but there you go. That's your warning right there. 3, 2, 1, spoilers. Okay, these strangers. Let's go back to the beginning first. So there's a woman named Cheryl that's talking to her sister. She wants more out of life. The sister says you have to make the most of things. And then Cheryl leaves. And then sometime later we see a woman named Neve that looks disturbingly like Cheryl. It turns out she actually is Cheryl. She left her life behind and decided to, a number of years later, just do this and have a rich life. And no. She has her kids. She wants her kids to not associate with certain people, especially Sebastian associating with a guy that's a janitor. Because classism, oh no, it turns out, who are these strangers? Who are these people? These two people, these younger people, turn out to actually be the kids that she left behind with the abusive ex that she had, that she couldn't be with anymore. She couldn't be with her husband, so she left the kids behind. Instead of taking the kids with her. So yeah, that makes her a shit person. The kids also, by the way, while having some justification for being upset at their mother, decide to take it out on the wrong goddamn people. Taking it out on the mother is one thing. They take it out on her family. And I'm sorry, but it's just, that makes them hard to root for. The husband is a complete inept moron, Ian, and the kids aren't very, they show like the kids hanging out with these respective people, Carl and Dion, by the way, and we see the kids show up at this gala, this whole thing. You left us, you abandoned us, you tried to erase us. And then we go to 5 days earlier and we see how they got into getting jobs and everything and working and this kind of stuff. And how were they able to get these means to find them? Why did they wait this long to find her? Why did this movie decide the flashbacks were the best way to tell it? You could have told it in a more linear way, because we just got alternate views of certain scenes that really weren't that good the first fucking time. And Neve basically has to admit that she abandoned them 16, 17 years ago. And she offers the kids money to leave. Well, they're young adults now. She offers them money to leave. £20 or £20,000. Okay. And then they show up sometime later and decide to just do a home invasion because it's the daughter's birthday. And they just do that. And they just, they just do all their shit. And they torture the family, sort of, except most of that torture happens off camera. They leave the sink running for a while, flooding the floor eventually, even though you don't get to see that for a while because maybe they decide, oh, we'll just hear the sloshing and it's scary because they're being drowned in their own, in their own classism and everything and whatever. And, goddamn no. Then they place Scrabble during this whole time, which is just hilarious. While the thing's flooding, they order Chinese, because the son insists on wanting Chinese so late, and I guess Chinese places are open late in Britain. And then the mother decides, oh wait, where's my purse? I'm going to go give a tip. And then she goes to give a tip, but she takes off with the delivery driver. And then the movie just ends. While everybody's standing there, while the husband was being tortured on a weight bench, while both sets of kids are staying there, it just ends. Yeah, proof that she doesn't want to confront her past or her present. Oh, let's just leave. I'm going to go get help. And I'm going to abandon you guys and do that. And proof that, yeah, she's a piece of shit, but so's everybody else in this goddamn movie. And it's just so stupid. It's so stupid. Like, what was the point? What was the point of this? Genuinely, what was the point of this? F, it gets an F. I'm sorry. Just a neat little idea, bogged down in poor execution and poor character development and just poor framing and everything, and just really bad. F. Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Redlin. I'll see you soon.